Hello friends, welcome to this new session. We are going to discuss about redefining leadership. But in the last session, we discussed about the leader in me. If you remember, we discussed that there were two parallel processes going side by side in the world, in our own life. There was one process of construction, which is stimulated by positive forces, and there is a process of destruction, which is stimulated by negative forces. When we say destruction, that is destroying a world which is divided on so many ground and so many levels, and construction of a new world which is based on unity in diversity and oneness. We discussed that, of course, this is a very big task, and there are so many questions that we have to answer. And in the first place, really, who should do it? Of course, your answer would be that, yes, we all should do. That is true. All the people of the world should do it. But then the question arose that, are we really ready for it? Are we able to do it? So we discussed that there were many challenges in front of us. For example, one is the challenge of ignorance, which is prevailing in the society. Different types of ignorances which are there. And if the people remain ignorant, then the corrupt leadership will take advantage of that. We also discussed that to build a better civilization, we need to create it on the basis of some principles and some values. We discussed what were those values, that can help in building a better society, because in fact, one fundamental reason why the present society is going from bad to worse every day, more instability, more insecurity, more threats, environmentally, socially, economically. We said that is because of a lack of principles in the structure of society. So we discussed about what principles are missing from the world today. Suppose really the most fundamental principle of justice, for example, the principle of unity, or the attitude and practice of transparency, uprightness, service, selfless service. Well, so these are the topics that we discussed in the last session. Now we are going to discuss about redefining leadership. So before that, let's reflect a little on 2 points. The first point is that leaders have brought misfortunes to people in the past. Of course, this is a fact that nobody can deny it. Although there have been exemplary leaders also, but there have been leaders who have really brought a lot of misery to humanity. So if I have to contribute to building a better world, better society, then how can I be a different kind of leader? And we should remember that here, when we talk of leader, we are not talking of just the political leaders. Leaders are in every sphere, every aspect of the society. Could be, social leader, could be, educational leader, could be environmental leader, could be all, in whatever professions you do, of course you can be leader. And through that profession, you can contribute to making a better world based on justice, based on unity, based on equality. So the question you discussed at the end of the last session are a few sample questions from among millions of questions that we should answer. Because the task of building a better world is really very huge. So we need universal participation by everybody, high and low. No problem. Therefore, we should mobilize the energy of all mankind on a scale that has never happened before. Millions of people should be mobilized. So the challenge before us is that if you were given the task, now let me put the challenges to you, that if you are given the task of mobilizing millions of people to build a better world, how would you do it? Well, it's a good question. But imagine you are the one who should do it. How would you do it? Think about it and write your answer in 100 words and post it on the discussion forum. So when we try to answer such type of questions, we have also to consider the issue of leadership, definitely. Although constructing a better society is really duty of all of us, it's not that just by hoping about mobilizing the energies of all people, this will happen on its own. Of course, it won't happen. Society needs leadership. So when we say that what would you do? Because it's you and me who should build a better society. Of course, we know that in the past, mankind has suffered from corrupt leadership and such authorities who really misused and abused their powers. However, it's not possible to imagine that even a very mature society, when everybody is upright, when everybody is honest, even that society cannot function without leadership. We can't do away with leadership. It has to be there. So instead of discussing whether leadership is good or bad, we need to define leadership in a new way. We need to define what kind of leadership is able to help humanity pass through the present period of change. Because the present period of change is like transition of an adolescent boy or girl to his maturity and adulthood. In the age group of, say, 12, 13, 14, these are the ages of adolescence. And as one is moving towards adulthood, towards maturity, lots of changes take place. And now humanity is passing through that period of change. And a characteristic of adolescence is that it is a very turbulent period. Usually it is accompanied by confusion and instability. Now humanity as a whole is now passing through such turbulence, such confusion, such instability. There is no agreement among the leaders on some fundamental issues that are affecting all humanity. Issues such as global warming, there is no agreement. Arms race, communal conflict, terrorism, poverty, and many more. Even at times we see that there is no trust, unfortunately, among the leaders in the world. And that really paralyzes any project, any agreement to be implemented. Therefore, today we need a leadership that can inspire people and help them to overcome their differences and undertake noble and selfless acts. This is the kind of leadership we want, that can inspire noble acts, that can inspire selfless acts, and people to devote their energies to the betterment of humanity. And this type of leadership is a true leadership that we need today, because the world is tired of words. Now the world needs action. And this kind of leadership can be achieved only through moral development, because that is the missing component from the structure of the society today.